Hi, Nick. Thank you so much for joining me on Connecting Minds as the first speaker for 2021.
Awesome to be here, Sanjay. Thanks for having me on.
So, I was wondering, how can leaders find a balance between efficiency and resilience, develop flexible, adaptable business models, and processes that would allow them to change tack quickly when the next black swan event happens?
The phrase unprecedented feels like it's become the most common word we use nowadays, right? Between the financial crisis and coronavirus and so much other things. And I think that, to me, resilience, one of the ways I think about it is learning from some of the systems we work on that we've made resilient. So I think in some ways, the way we build and run software itself is a test of how to do things resiliently, right? You think about the way we design software to be built in terms of microservices that can be autonomous and kind of connect to each other, but can all work on their own. The way we think about building software in an agile model where we're not planning for long cycles, we're planning in very short increments. I think actually applying a lot of the software development mindset that we have to our business in general will allow us all to be more resilient.
McKinsey noted that CEOs are recognizing that barriers to boldness and speed are less about technical limits and more about things like mindsets and toward what is possible and what people are willing to do, and policies that slow things down or bureaucratic chains of command. So how can good leadership enable cultural shift that is necessary to reduce these barriers?
Yeah, I think to me, it is all about mindset. Like I said before, maybe we adopt more of that mindset that we use in software development for the whole business practice, right? Of having short sprints, of being able to iterate quickly and experiment, of having very decoupled processes. But as leaders, if we want to enable all that, we've got to actually have the right mindset as leaders. And to me, there's three things that jump out to me that really, I think, will reinforce this new mindset. One is the idea of transparency, the concept that just like with software where people put their code up on, GitHub or GitLab or other places and everyone else can see it and it's all about sharing openly. I think as business leaders, we've got to ourselves practice this idea of being extremely transparent with our teams, with our customers, with our investors as much as we can. Number two is this idea that in addition to transparency, we've got to actually help our team be really good at dealing with change. So change is, as you talked about with resiliency, change is the new normal. And so change management is something we have to get great at, helping people understand how to anticipate change, how to adjust to it, how to actually embrace it. We all know some people naturally do it well. We have to teach the whole company how to do it. And then the third thing is trust. So, I think if we want to give transparency to our team, we also have to trust them. And that means sometimes letting them make mistakes and not using mistakes as a way to castigate people, but actually mistakes as an opportunity to kind of celebrate people for actually taking risk and trying to learn.
Yeah, no, Nick, thanks. Great perspective. And haven't we all learned so much through this pandemic, which we can really take forward? So, how do leaders deliver experiences and services that meet new customer needs and prepare for the new normal journey ahead?
Number one, everyone's a customer. So your employees are customers. Your customers are customers, of course, right? Your community are customers. Your partners are customers, and really having that customer mindset with all of your stakeholders. That's the first thing. The second thing is really having that journey mindset, as you said, where you're thinking about that customer, whether it's a new employee getting on board or whether it's a client that you've just kind of launched with your new services, whether it's a partner that you're bringing on board, having that journey mindset where you're looking at that experience from their eyes, kind of end to end, mapping out the journey. And then number three, recognizing that it's your responsibility as a company to make sure that that journey is orchestrated in the right fashion to get that stakeholder towards their goal. So that journey for the employee is getting them to the point where they're learning more, they're getting promoted, they're getting more responsibility. That journey for the customer is getting them to the value they were looking for with a great experience. That journey for the partner might be getting them the revenue they were hoping to get from you. And it's your responsibility to think about that journey. It's not the customer's responsibility to figure out how to do the journey. It's, as the vendor, it's your responsibility to actually make that happen.